Overvaluing yourself is dangerous. You have to find that balance. Trying to be the hero of your business is the quickest way to become the villain. If you try to be everything to everyone, you'll evaporate quickly. I was constantly putting out fires instead of building a future for my business. The one secret most avoid talking about, but is the rock solid foundation upon which your empire rests. Lesson number 5, my friends, is and as I reflect on my own journey, I can confidently say success leaves clues, but so do mistakes. These 5 principles will help you build smarter, grow with stability, price with confidence, and lead with purpose. Whether you're a farmer, you run a real estate company or an insurance company, a clothing store, an accounting firm, whether you provide IT services, these principles can be applied in any industry on planet Earth. That's a bold statement, right? Let's go and find out if it's true. The first lesson, we start with the direction I never set properly. Lesson number 1, start with a clear lane of expertise. If you try to be everything to everyone, you'll evaporate quickly. The mistake I made when I started, I didn't know exactly what lane I wanted to pursue. Did I want to do bookkeeping? Did I want to be in tax strategy, tax preparation? Do I want to provide CFO services, audit support? I was all over the place. I had the skills, but no defined specialty. Now, here's how it hurt my business. I couldn't clearly identify my ideal customer. That's lost business. I couldn't clearly articulate my offer. That's lost business. I couldn't clearly support my price. That's lost business. The key takeaway here, remember that a niche or specialty doesn't limit you. It's not limiting, it's liberating. So you've got to choose a lane, master it, and build the business that supports your expertise. I was recently negotiating a contract on behalf of one of my clients, and the service provider collects public data and organizes that data into a ready-to-digest format that no other service provider in the world does. They were in total control of that negotiation. Annual fees were approximately 300K per year. And I'm grateful that I still walked away with a 20% discount based on technicalities for my client. But a well-defined niche, it simplifies the contract negotiation for you. It makes it easy for you to be in control of the contract. If you ever struggle with identifying your niche, just type clarity in the comments section and I'll do a video on how to find your lane. And once you know your lane, here's the next mistake to avoid. Lesson number 2. Starting with a solid support system. Trying to be the hero of your business is the quickest way to become the villain. You go from being passionate about excellence to cutting corners just to keep up with rising demands. What's the mistake I made? I was the face of the business. I was the IT department. I was the accountant. I was the AR and AP clerk. I was the chief consultant. I was the project manager, the marketing specialist. I was doing it all. And what were the results, you wonder? Exhaustion and many instances of wondering whether I should quit. I can't tell you how many times I considered going back to public accounting. But what's the recommendation here? The recommendation is I learned to stop trying to be that superhero. And I started building systems and leveraging other people, fractional experts, contractors. These guys help me structure my business to not depend only on me, right? The key takeaway is the business that depends on you cannot grow beyond your capabilities. It crashes when you do. A business that depends on a well-built support system can excel above your capabilities. And that's where you want to be. If you have a solid support system in your business operation, give a shout out to your crew members in the comment section. Now, we're talking of scaling. Here is lesson number 3. Have a realistic growth strategy. Growth is not about how fast you can go. It's about how well you can handle going faster. My focus was on growing revenue, right? That made me say yes to most of the contracts that came my way. I started to scale before I had the infrastructure to support that scaling. I bit off more than I could chew. And what were the consequences? Quality was compromised. I was constantly putting out fires instead of building a future for my business. I fell into assignments I had neither the experience nor the interest to execute. I was looking at the numbers on the contract only, right? And the client was not interested in a refund. They wanted a solution, so I had to pay premium for that solution. I went to the market and found an expensive solution. That was a waste of my time and reputation. Without a growth strategy, you will start making promises you cannot keep. But when you learn to stretch and grow your business the right way at the right time, opportunities will line up without thousands of dollars burnt on ghost marketing and advertising. If you're in a season of being overwhelmed, just type peace in the comment section. If that gets enough traction, I'll do a video on how to bring peace to your business operation. And you see, nothing is going to expose your lack of strategy faster than wrong pricing. Lesson number 4, establish well-priced contracts. Undervaluing yourself is expensive. Overvaluing yourself is dangerous. You have to find that balance. I gambled in the earlier years of my business with pricing. And sometimes I lowballed myself just to get my foot in the door. Well, the problem is those clients were never willing to catch up to my market value. So I attempted to correct this error, yet with another error. I swung the other direction and priced too high, right? Hoping I'd be able to live up to that value proposition. And here is how it hurt me. I kept attracting the wrong clients and hardly converted them into long-term contracts. What should you do instead? You should study industry standards and align your price with your value proposition. Now, note this, add a premium or a discount based on what you actually bring to the table. And lesson number 5, the most important lesson of all, the one secret most avoid talking about, but is the rock solid foundation upon which your empire rests. Lesson number 5, my friends, is having a solid foundation of faith. You heard right, solid foundation of faith. Here's the secret people don't tell you. Faith and business are not in conflict with each other. Faith is the blueprint for business excellence. The mistake I made, for the longest time, I believed faith belonged in church and money, business, education belonged in the marketplace. And it did not help that most of the biblical preachings I had heard growing up were on giving, right? Giving that 10% tithe. But I heard very few faith-based teachings on building systems that taught you how to generate the 100%. That separation made my early approach to business very scattered. Made money fast and lost it faster. Not necessarily living a fast life, but just spending on things that would slow down my ability to invest in the future. Now, as I matured in my faith in Jesus Christ and started studying more details in scripture, in search of those ancient truths on life, the lessons I learned and continue to learn change everything, including how I conduct business in every area of my life, right? So you see, scriptures taught me deep lessons on diligence, honesty, excellence, stewardship, productivity, boundaries, charity, sacrifice, inheritance. You're not going to get these kinds of lessons anywhere else, right? It's not law. This is knowledge and wisdom. My faith redesigned how I work, how I lead, what promises I make, how I treat others. I learned my business is not about me. It's about how my leadership improves the lives of others. When faith became my foundation, I stopped operating from a place of desperation and I started operating from a place of purpose. I recommitted to building without compromising my marriage, my children, or my integrity. My faith gave my business purpose to help business owners and leaders run successful businesses, make a positive impact on the lives of all those connected to their business. And, very important, focus on stewarding their responsibilities using their God-given gifts. I hope that this has supported you on your journey. Now, just let me know in the comments which area is closest to your experience. Which area do you want us to double click on? And which area did you once struggle with but turned it around using one of the principles we've shared today? Like this video, hit the bell, subscribe to this channel, and get your friends and peers who could benefit from this growth track to subscribe as well. The future is bright. but someone has to turn the lights on. That's where you and I come in. See you at the top.